live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. Is your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to do a bit more of a hands-on video with regards to getting set up on TradingView, go over a few of the community resources we have, and also give you a couple tips and tricks on different swing trading methods and how you can learn to chart like a boss. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some of our community resources. This is one of them. bossofbitcoin.com. Click on videos and you will see this playlist right here, Chart Like a Boss. In addition to that, you can click the link in the description and that will take you to TradingView. Make sure you follow my page, BD Kelly 1203. I'll jump into that in a second, but I post free charts and all of these are completely free resources. I've dedicated my life to trading cryptocurrency, learning about blockchain technology, and empowering people like you to make money in the markets. And so this is one of the things that we've been able to put together. In addition to that, we will be going specifically through front to back, setting up a new account on TradingView. And so let's go ahead and get started. Again, you can click the link in the description and that will take you right to it. But for everyone else, this is what the homepage looks like, right? You can see it's a lot going on, kind of like just a regular Wall Street home screen. What you want to do is create an account. You can do that. I think you can sign in with Gmail or Twitter. Good, right? And the good thing about these accounts is you don't have to worry about every time you log on. You're able to save multiple charts on here, especially once you get a pro membership. But for the sake and purposes of this video, I will try to go through it relatively quickly. Notice they do have ads on there. Again, you can just upgrade to the pro membership and you don't have to worry about that. Honestly, it's well worth it, especially with my method, because we use custom candles, right? So first thing you want to do is click on chart. All right, welcome to TradingView. You can skip all that stuff. And here we go. Off to the races. We can collapse this little side menu here. We don't really need that. And let's type in Bitcoin, right? BTC. You see that stocks pop up by default. We're not going to be trading those. So you just panel on over to cryptocurrency and you can click on the first one, BTC USD. That's Coinbase's market. And this is what we get. When you pan out, it kind of gives you a dynamic zoom to where you can scroll in and scroll out. So you're able to do that. This little thing right here, we just click that minus button or right click it, hide it. Don't need that. Right off the bat, you definitely want to save this chart, right? So we can rename it to BK Boss Method. And click save. That way, as we build this stuff out, it will keep all of our changes and our metrics in there as well that we're using, right? Again, they pop up a lot of ads on the free account, and then they pop up this second one. I'll just try to make this really quick so we don't have to keep closing it every 5 minutes. The biggest thing you want to note is that this part right here is called the candles. The red and green bars, essentially what that is, the red bars are bad days. That's when the market goes down. The green bars are good days. That's when the market goes up. You want more red, you want more green than red, right? You can see a lot of red bars. It's not good. That means we lost a lot of money, right? Money goes down with the red bars. So the biggest thing we want to do is when we buy something, say we buy it right there, we want to see all those green bars come behind it. And that's what my method does better than anything else on the market, is it lets you get as many green bars as possible, right? But keep in mind, we don't want to wait, 18 months to get it. This whole chart you know, right now it's measuring in days. See that? I just clicked that little D right there. You can drag it down. It says 1 day. That's too long. Click on 4 hours, put a star by it, and now that's gonna be your standard chart on a free account, right? We don't want days at all. You can click on 1 hour for that one, and now you can literally pan from the 1 hour to the 4 hour, just that easy, right? So for the purposes of this video, we're gonna be using a 4 hour chart, and I'll show you how you can make it a custom candle in a second. But for now, let's try to clean this up a little bit. I like to have my axis on the left-hand side, right? So we can just double click both of those to switch that over. Again, just do whatever's comfortable for you. This is your chart, it's your money, and it should be your settings, whatever, you know, you feel comfortable using, right? Down here, this is like this whole messy little scatter plot thing. This is the volume. This is basically the amount of money that came through the market at that time. Delete it. Click it, highlight it, delete it, right? You really only need the candles on your chart, right? That little red line that's going across, that's actually the price right now. Bitcoin is $6,300. They have a default setting in there to give you that red line all the way across. I don't like that at all. So what I do is I click on the candles, right click it. Actually, you can double click it, and that'll pop this up. Symbol last value, show line, turn that off. Show label on price scale, you can keep that on. Scale left. Again, if you have your scale to the right, make it scale right, right? And then I like the dark theme. You know, look like Batman, the Dark Knight, right? So here we go. Now we're starting to get it again. We can just double click this. It might make us do it again. Show line, no. Scales. You want auto scale. You don't want a countdown. Click on that one, turn it off. And then right margin, I like to have about 10%, bottom margin, you know, about 10%. That just gives you a little buffer on the edges. Decimal places, make sure it's default because you'll be measuring a lot of altcoins, and some of the altcoins are very, very small in value. So just put it on default. That way you're always good. And then symbol labels, turn that on. And now you literally just have the price and the label right there. It's a lot better. And you can change this color to change that label over there. I like, you know, orange or yellow, somewhere in there. Right. So that's good. That's good. Watermark. Sometimes I like to have the watermark on. You can just fade it in just a little bit. What that does is that gives you the label behind the chart. That way, if you wanted to take a screenshot or, you know, share it with somebody, they would know exactly what coin it was and the candle duration that you were using. So I like to have that on. Crosshairs. You can just, you know, whatever works for you. I kind of like the dotted ones. Navigation buttons, you don't really need those. Say invisible. Okay, these boxes over here are pretty important. They're going to pertain to this information up at the top, right? So that BTC USD 240 Coinbase. So symbol description, keep that turned on. OHLC, that stands for open, high, low, close values. Those are always going to change. It's like crazy. They just change all the time. So you can turn it off. Indicator titles, keep that on. Indicator arguments, we don't need that. You can turn that off. Indicator values, let's keep arguments on for right now. So that's what that looks like. Time zones, we don't need that. Settings, tradings, we're not going to be trading on trading view, so we don't need that. And you can turn all this stuff off. This is just for regular stock market information. You can keep that on for now. If you have alerts, then it'll kind of show that to you, right? So there you go. This is what the inside of my charts look like. Now the only thing you need to do now is you need to put the boss method on top of it. Remember that my method is based on a system of highs and lows, right? You only want to buy it when it's going to go higher. That's it. And so what we do is we force the data to agree with that setup, right? How do we do that? 7, 77, and 231. Those are the 3 moving averages. But good for you, we have a community of tens of thousands of people, and it's already coded into TradingView, right? So now all we need to do is click on indicators, type in BK, and that's it right there. Ultimate BK moving averages. Put a little star by it so you always have it. 1,700 people using it right now. And now you will be one of them. Welcome to the money team. It's just that easy to get paid. Now, this is what we got, right? You can click that little gear and it shows you the 3 moving averages that you have. The 7, the 77, and the 231, right? I like to fade out the 231 just a little bit. So, you know, it's there, but it's not overly cumbersome. You can make the 7 and the 77 a little bit thicker, right? And make sure it's scale left. Precision is default. Good, good. Unclick that one. Unclick the red. And now you literally have 3 moving averages. The last thing you need to do, turn the candles off. I can't stress this part enough. The candles are not important. The intersections of the moving averages are all you need to pay attention to, right? Again, the candles are not important. The intersections of the moving averages, specifically the 7 and 77, that's all you need to look at, right? And so how do we turn the candles off? Click on that little candle icon up top. Now we go down to line. Put a star by that line, right? And now what it did is it turned the candles into this little blue line, but we still don't want that. So we double click that blue line, click on that blue box and pan that all the way down, right? Now we literally just have the intersections of the moving averages, right? And so we can put together our little toolbox. A couple things you're gonna need to do that. The brush right there, click a little star by it. The brush, what does that let you do? That just kind of lets you freehand draw on the chart, right? And I like to have my brush be yellow so it kind of pops out, right? And that's the freehand drawing. And then also, for the purpose of my videos, I like to have the end of it be like an arrow. That way I can easily show up, down, around, all that stuff. Whenever you want to delete, just click that bottom left-hand trash can and that will delete for you, right? Hide for now, hide for now. Rectangle, I normally have that circle. I like the call out and the price label as well, and I'll show you why in a minute. I like the sign line and the cycle line as well. And I like the date and price. That's really all you guys need to make money, right? Sometimes you can just rearrange them to whatever order you use most often, but 9 out of 10 times, that's all you're gonna need. So we can just move that over here. And the way the method works is, again, we just literally pay attention to the white and the blue line. The white line, as we said earlier, this is our 7-day moving average. Right? That's our 7. The blue is our 77. And this big gray mass right there, those are the whales. This is our 231. If you want to make money 9 out of 10 times, this is how you do it. You buy when the 7 goes over to 77. And you sell when it goes below. How much did you make just by doing that? Bam! Bam! 147% in 35 days. How much did you save when you sold it? Bam! 16%, right? And you can literally add it up like this is money on money. Over time, the easiest way to win money in the markets is never to lose money in the markets, right? And so this is almost like a fail-proof method to allow you to accumulate every single time without ever taking a big loss. A lot of people lost a lot of money right here. See that? Boom, 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 boom. We wouldn't have lost any of that, right? In fact, even on the dips, we can still play the dips, right? 3% right there. 20% right there. 2% right there. 36% right there. 23. So even on the downs, we got 3%, 25, 60, almost 80%. Whereas everybody else lost 63%, right? The last thing you want to always remember on this method is that 231, that's kind of like the ceiling, right? As long as that 231 is on top, then more than likely the chart's gonna go lower. But once both lines, like it did right there just for a second, get above it, that's when they have a chance to really make some money. I call that being clean and clear, right? For example, right there, both lines go above the 231, bam, off to the races. And so that's literally what we're trying to do right now. Is we're trying to clear the house so that we can go up again. That's why it keeps bouncing up, bouncing down. 7,500 one week, 6,200 the next week. All it's doing is it's giving itself time to get that 231 nice and flat to where the 7 goes up, the 77 comes behind it, and then the 231 peaks up as well, just like it did right there. When that happens, it will be a new cycle. Bitcoin will be going on to continue all-time highs. When do I expect this to happen? When do I expect it to turn around? The middle of September. When do I expect Bitcoin to come close to 20,000 again? Somewhere between December and January, right? Maybe November, more than likely December, January. And that's given if this cycle continues. Keep in mind, everything is made of cycles. What goes up must come down. What comes down will not stay down forever, given the market momentum of what took it up in the first place, right? And so again, all of this may be very, very, very new to you. That's completely fine. 2 rules. Number 1, follow the boss method. It works. Number 2, remember, if it ain't paying, it ain't staying. Do not hodl your life savings away. Make money now. If it's not making money, get rid of it. Number 3, we're going to throw this one in there. This is bonus. Turn the bobbleheads on mute. Pay attention to the markets. The charts tell you all you need to know. And for everybody out there, that is how you chart like a boss. So I thank you for joining me. Thank you to TradingView, and thank you for watching. I think you are the most important part to this whole equation, because once you become financially empowered, you can go get somebody else, teach them about this miracle called Bitcoin and how it's changing the world, how it's changed your life, and ideally one day we can all go back to helping each other achieve, right? I think all too often we get lost in the cycle of working week to week, month to month, year to year, and that becomes our whole life. Whereas once we get that figured out, then maybe we can go back to living again. With that being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out. This is the boss, yo boy BK. No matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay or California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. If you appreciate this insight, this content, give me a thumbs up on this video and copy and paste this URL. Text it to somebody you care about. Say, I know how to chart like a boss. Watch this video. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.